Welcome back to Tip TV Finance. It's CEO interview time, and we're here with an old friend of Tip TV, Michael Masterman, who's CEO at W Resources. How are you today, Michael?
Good to be here, Zach.
I believe that congratulations are in order.
Yes, we've rocketed into production at Parrilla, which we just announced this morning.
Right. As far as I know, that you're in fact ahead of time on the announcement here.
Yes. No. We told the market we were going to be in production in the December quarter, and we're still in September. So it's great to have the first tungsten concentrate rolling into the bags, and we're looking to ship to the customers probably early October, which will be nice to see.
Right, and so this is something which, I mean, this is the pivotal point, I mean, or the inflection point, as they say these days, in the history of the company. Not to build it up too much or anything.
I think, look, there's a whole number of things that have been building behind what we've done over the last 6-12 months. Finance announced about 6 weeks ago, production today. You'll see steady increases in production capacity over the next 9 months. And all of that underpins really strong earnings. So, yeah, this really should be a very significant inflection point for the company and its share price.
Well, I'm going to ask you a slightly difficult question. Practically everything which is associated with holes in the ground, as any company has seen its share price double, triple, quadruple so far this year. Does that mean that, in your opinion, W Resources is behind the curve? It's been treated badly. What's your interpretation of that?
Look, perhaps it's been a period of consolidation, but we're sitting at a £20 million valuation, but we're looking at earnings getting up to €50 million a year as we gradually expand the plant. So we have very significant core earnings potential, and we certainly ought to be valued a lot more than £20 million. When the kick comes, productions should be an inflection point. But there are a number of others that should drive through the next 3 to 6 months that really should lead to a substantial revaluation of the company. Well,
apart from production, I can't think of anything else which would help you, except more production.
Well, look, I mean, there's lots going on across our portfolio. So, yes, Parrilla is the big producer, the big earnings contributor. Rega was, also an incredibly low capital cost. High production tungsten mine, and then we've got a lot of very sexy things going on in copper and gold. So
you're quite diversified.
We're not, unlike a number of other players in the space, we're a multi-project company. So we've got Parrilla in Spain, we've got Rega in northern Portugal, we've got a license that includes 2 really high-grade copper mines. And we've got the San Martino gold deposit, which went to JORC almost straight away, and we've got a target to take that to 250,000 ounces, and then after that, really look seriously at 1 million ounces down the road. So lots of leverage, lots of points that should be capitalising the company at a much higher level than it is at the moment, and I think the momentum's there, the pressure's there. We just got to see that breakout.
The other point, which you're obviously too humble to mention, is that this is not the first time you've been involved in the mining industry, and management is key in the mining sector, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I think so for lots of reasons. Project execution and delivery is challenging and takes periods of time. We're way through the approvals, and we're way up the curve in terms of getting Parrilla into production. I've been involved in building the $1.4 billion Masterman project in Western Australia. I was a founding shareholder of Fortescue Metals Group, which is now a $16 billion company. That started with a $5 million market cap. So I've been involved in a number of large and very, very successful resources projects, which have required that combination of both very, very strong project execution and control. You've got to keep them tight. You've got to make sure they get into production efficiently. But you've also got to finance very efficiently in achieving that. And that's a lot of what we've been doing.
Right, finally, let's say the production has started at Parrilla, but the main thing is obviously you're producing something that is a demand there for the products that you're making at the moment. Have you seen the environment change over the last few months?
I think you've seen steel demand particularly globally and also in China, take off. And tungsten's used to cut steel, press steel, do 100 different things with steel because it's one of the hardest metals in the world. So I think with the delay, there's going to be a pickup in tungsten demand. We can sell 200% of everything we produce. We've got sitting in first world Spain, we've got very strong customers in Germany, Austria and the United States, and there's just absolutely no question about offtake. It's just a matter of making sure we get the best prices and participate in that re-rating of tungsten and tin. Tin's our second product. Tin's prices, up 30-40% this year, and I think it's going to rocket through to $20,000 a tonne, and I think that's going to provide even more upside for our revenue base.
Right, you're ahead of time on La Parrilla, 3 months left of the year, let's say. Is there anything else that you expect to happen before Christmas?
Oh, I think, so in terms of action, we'll drill and expand our gold property in São Martinho in Portugal. We'll see Regua advance towards production, and you'll see a number of the other planks of the financing to expand to the 2,500 tonnes per annum expansion, which we're targeting mid-year to fall into place.
Michael Masterman, CEO at W Resources, thanks for coming in today.
It's a pleasure, Zach.
We'll be back after the break.